From North Little Rock, Arkansas, this is Midwest Sports Saturday. Good morning. I'm Joey McWilliams. Thank you for watching this morning. We have a lot of people to get to visit with today. We are at the home of the Arkansas Travelers. We are in Dickey-Stevens Park here in North Little Rock, Arkansas, and I don't want to go any farther without introducing my first guest today. It is Sophie Osier, who is the GM for the Arkansas Travelers. Sophie, first off, thank you for taking some time with us this morning.
Yeah, thank you, and thanks for bringing this beautiful weather with us. We don't always get this at Dickey-Stevens Park, so I appreciate you guys bringing this.
Oh, I tell you what, I come here from Oklahoma, and I hope I left a little bit of the weather we've had over there in the Sooner State today. So here in the natural state, we are enjoying a bright, sunshiny day. It's a fantastic day for baseball. The Great American Conference Baseball Tournament Championship today. First pitch at noon. There may be an if necessary game, but first pitch at noon today. We'll see how it all works out. But I want to talk Arkansas Travelers first, and I know Sophie can do that. So tell us a little bit about the Travelers, Texas League team, AA affiliate of the Seattle Mariners.
Yeah, we've had a fun start to our season. So we kicked it off April 5th. So it was actually the weekend of the eclipse that came here through Arkansas. So we saw some really good crowds come through and a lot of out-of-state guests, which we obviously love. We love bringing new visitors into our ballpark. But the team's been good so far this year. Been pretty consistent at home, and we've had a lot of fireworks shows, and we've seen fans. This is usually our peak time of year, April, May, June, before it gets too hot out here. But next week, the team is coming back on the road, or back here at home, and we're going to be rebranding for a week as the Mad Mallards. So we actually have an alter ego that we wear for a week. We always say it's a quacktastic good time. So we have all sorts of duck themes going on out here, and we have a couple really cool jerseys that we wear, and it really appeals to our hunting community. So we love the week that we get to be the Mad Mallards.
And this is the part of the country where there is a strong hunting community. You want to reach out to them. That would be a great thing. I mean, you want to talk about some swag. That would be some cool stuff to take away from here.
Yes, absolutely. So you'll definitely, if you get to come to a Travs game next week or a Mad Mallards game, you'll definitely want to hit up our gift shop because we have a ton of great merch. We have koozies and polos, and we have some really nice Columbia gear that you can wear while you're out hunting. So it's been an awesome promotion for us. This is our second year doing it. We partner with Ducks Unlimited. So it's been great so far.
Well, and I think some people do have alter egos every now and again. They just don't promote it as well as what you guys are doing here. So the Travelers, by the way, 17-13 right now in Texas League play in the North, second in the North Division. So talk about the team just a little bit.
We're chasing Springfield right now. I'm hoping we can catch them. So minor league baseball works a little differently than MLB. So we actually have like a first half and a second half winner that make it to the playoffs, just to kind of combat how different your team sometimes looks with the call-ups throughout the season. So like last year, for example, we had 9 players get called up directly to Seattle. So it kind of depleted our team the second half of the season. But it's fun. It makes it really, really competitive throughout the year. So I think Springfield's going to be our challenge so far. They're looking really good. But we've played them really tough so far. We still have about a month left of the first half, so we'll end the first half here like the third week of June. So we still have a little bit of time. I think we're 3 games back if I'm remembering correctly. So we got still a couple more games with Wichita on the road, and then we'll come back next week. Hopefully we can get them some dubs while they're here at home.
I understand. So listen, if enough people get called up, and you talk about being depleted. So is that an opportunity for somebody to just walk? If I get to walk in and say, do I get a tryout?
You can send all of those requests directly to Seattle. You talk to them about it, and you let me know what they say.
All right. I'm just going to say, I just want to check just to make sure. We're visiting with Sophie Osier here, who is the GM for the Arkansas Travelers and the Great American Conference here on site today. Tell us a little bit about having the GAC here for the tournament. I know, obviously, it would have to coincide with the road trip for the Travs.
It does, but we started talking to the commissioner about this, I want to say in September of last year. And so it just happened to work out that the Travs were on the road. We were able to make it work. And also kind of this year just happened to work out that 4 teams in Arkansas. So we're kind of centrally located with all these teams that are here. And I've been really impressed with the crowd so far. They've been really, really into it. And so they've been really good games so far. They've all been really competitive. So it's been a fun weekend out here. And obviously the weather's cooperated, which is always great.
That has been very good. And you're right, it's not always the case. So we've appreciated that as well. I'll take credit for it since you let me do that. I appreciate that as well. Okay, invite the folks then to come out to watch a game because, clearly this is a great family place to do. I have 5 kids, 2 grandkids now, 2 more on the way, and this would be a place I would love to bring my family.
100%. We pride ourselves on being family friendly out here. I think we have something for everyone, and I think that's ultimately what's so unique about minor league baseball is, yes, there are some people that come out here, they want to know who the top prospects are, they're really interested in baseball and the standings and, the Travs trying to win first place and go to the playoffs, but we get a lot of people out here that just want something to do in Little Rock and just want something to bring their family out to that's safe and fun. So we have a giant splash pad. You might be able to see it in the background over there that'll be open here this upcoming homestand. That's an awesome opportunity to bring your grandkids out, be able to combat those really hot days out here. But we have an amazing playground, tons of fun in between inning games. Obviously food is always amazing, and that's a fan favorite. So I really think there's something for everybody out here.
Come on out here to North Little Rock. We are just on the north side of the Arkansas River. Fantastic place, fantastic facility. Sophie, thank you so much for stopping through. Sophie Ogier, who is the general manager of the Arkansas Travelers in her 3rd season as a GM, 8th season with the team in the program. You guys do a fantastic job. Thank you so much. And I know that you have so many more things to do, so thank you for taking time with me today. I'll let you get back to whatever it is you have going on, letting people in where they need to be. You've taken good care of us, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, Sophie Ogier is the GM for the Travelers, and if you want to go ahead and go, I've got another guest coming in wherever you need to be. Coach John Harvey is on the way here in just a moment as my field producer, I believe, is going to be able to take care of that. Let me tell you a little bit about today's game. It's Arkansas-Monticello. It is Arkansas Tech. The top 2 seeds in the tournament have made it to the final day. It doesn't happen all the time in the Great American Conference, but we're going to see it here today. So Arkansas-Monticello, no losses so far here in the final site, and Arkansas Tech with 1 loss. That was on the first day. And the Wonder Boys and the Boll Weevils set to meet up. First pitch is at noon here, Arkansas Daylight Time, from, again, Dickey-Stevens Park. And if you look around me, you can see some of the things behind me here. It's an absolutely great place to be. It's nice to be able to have a conference tournament in a facility like this. And the GAC has had conference baseball tournaments over the years in some great sites. For a number of years, David Allen Ballpark in Enid, Oklahoma. And, of course, a couple of years ago at Majestic Park in Hot Springs, in Springdale, Arkansas, just this past spring in 2023, and now here in North Little Rock. So coming to join me right now is the head coach for the Arkansas-Monticello Boll Weevils, Coach John Harvey. First, Coach, really quickly, I know you've got stuff to do, so thanks for taking some time with us here on Championship Saturday. I appreciate that. We visited before about you hitting your 500th win. That was earlier this season. It seems like so long ago right now. You've won about 26 games since then. Talk about it.
Well, it does seem like a long time ago. I think you came over to southeastern Oklahoma and we talked about it then. But yeah, I mean, there's been some ups and downs since then. I mean, at one point we were 17-17 and kind of rallied and have been good down the stretch. Yeah.
You're in the championship game today, and you come in, I think, probably with the most important stat here is that you have 0 losses right now at the final site. How big is that to be able to know that you can take it in 1?
It's big. I mean, yesterday, whenever they were kind of coming back, you start getting a little tight there, and to be able to squeak that one out and to be 2-0 on Championship Saturday, I mean, that's where you want to be, no doubt.
You have played fairly dramatic games as well. I mean, one of those things, too, and I like to think of it like this, Coach. You're playing some meaningful innings in the 8th and 9th inning, and there's no doubt that's the case with both of your wins.
Yeah, we've said for the past, I think it's 5 weekends since we were 17-17, our back's been against the wall, and we've played a lot of close games. Feels like the first part of the year, it's like, man, we haven't had a walk-off in a while, and I feel like I'm not sure how many we've had, but I think it's 3 or 4 in the last couple of weekends.
Are you asking for a walk-off today?
I'm absolutely not. No, I would like a little less stress, but we'll take it if that's what it is. Yeah.
All right, I understand. And you've had some great arms. I guess that's also a big factor, too, in the fact that you've had to play only 2 games then, one on Thursday, one on Friday to get here, so your arms should have some rest.
Yeah.
Give or take.
We our game 3 guys fresh, and we're the only team in that situation, and we feel like Max is going to come out and be really good, and then everyone else is just kind of let's get loose and see how you feel type of thing.
We mentioned earlier one of the things to that point is the fact that you all did play 3 games Baptist getting to the final site, and even that, weather delays, different things that went on. You go extra innings in Game 3. It's not unusual for you to play games prior to a weekend series because you have the midweek stuff going on. But did that factor in, or do you just see it as something that we do this all year anyway?
It absolutely factored in. I mean, we played a game and a half of meaningful baseball, must-win baseball on Monday, so our bullpen was a little spent coming in, but they've been really good, or good enough when it mattered. So, was a big deal coming in. Hopefully we've reset a little bit, and our pen will be good today.
All right, last question, Coach. Again, without sharing state secrets, what does it take to win today? And we'll just say in one. What does it take to win in one?
Maxim to give us probably 6 innings. I think that would be huge, and hopefully he comes out of the game and it's a close game at that point. I'm not sure what all they have. I mean, I know that they have really good arms out of the bullpen, and that's one of their strengths all year has been their depth. So we anticipate there'll be some good arms that we see today. It's not going to be an easy win by any means. So we're going to have to bring it. We're going to have to be competitive at the plate. Whoever they bring out, we just got to be ready to go.
All right, Coach John Harvey for the Arkansas Monticello Boll Weevils, who are let me try that again. Coach John Harvey from the Arkansas Monticello Boll Weevils. It's not that hard to say, but I made it harder. That's all right. Thank you very much for taking time with us, Coach. Success to you all. All right, Coach John Harvey, who is leading his team into the championship game today, and we will see how it all turns out. I know I have a couple more guests coming in, one of them right now, and my broadcast partner over the course of the weekend. I hope I'm not too loud. Let me know if I'm too loud. But my broadcast partner over the course of the weekend, come up here a little bit closer. That way we know for sure we're getting the signal. Blake Smith, who has been with me last season, I believe, on Midwest Sports Saturday when we were in Springdale. We had a great broadcast so far this week. Talk a little bit about GAC baseball coming into today.
It's been a great season in GAC baseball. I mean, you have 8 teams that all could have been here playing this weekend instead of the 4. I was talking to Commissioner Pruitt earlier. He said of the 16 games that we've had so far, 8 of them have been by 1 run, and all but 1 have been by 5 runs or less.
And it's been fun, and it's kept an audience. I would think if you're watching it, you can't go away. You have to stick around and see how it's going to turn out. One of the things that we've talked about a number of times, and I know I mentioned it on the air, but I'll say it here again on this broadcast. I've been so impressed with the starting pitching this weekend, and I cannot recall a tournament where, and I think it's been every single game, the starting pitchers, both teams, have gone at least 6. That's just really impressive the way that they've been able to get that done, and the innings they've been able to log for their teams.
Yeah, you don't see that in college baseball very often. Most starters are, they're kind of the 5 and dive types. You get into that bullpen, and then by the 3rd game of a tournament, you get deep into a bullpen, and you're going to run into some trouble. But these teams have both really shown that they have the sticking power in the bullpen to make a deep run even this week and, of course, next week as they hope to play on in the regional tournament.
And both these teams should make the regional tournament. The teams who are here today, I would even go so far as to say I think because of the losses in a couple of other conferences, including this one, I think Harding gets in. They're the 7th ranked team in the region right now, would be a 7 seed in a regional tournament. I think they get in too, but especially these 2 teams today.
If I'm Harding, I'm not sweating. If I'm these 2 teams, I'm playing for a trophy today, so I'm going all out. Exactly. But you know that there's more baseball to be played, so you can kind of be free and easy knowing that it's not a lose and your season's over kind of deal. So that should make today even more exciting because these guys have nothing to lose. They're going to go all out.
All right, so I would like for you to preview the game then and encourage the folks to watch us. We're going to be live on the GAC Athletics YouTube channel, GAC Sports Network at noon, Central Daylight Time, Arkansas Daylight Time, if you will. Arkansas Tech and Monticello.
It's going to be a great game. 2 teams that have played really well this week. Looking at Monticello, they've had the luxury of only playing 2 games. They've got a full bullpen. They've got their number 3 starter. Arkansas Tech had to play that extra game last night, so they burned their number 3 starter. So they're going to look at a midweek, a number 4, a number 5 guy, or they're going to go straight out of a bullpen and hope that each guy you throw out there can give them an inning or 2. Again, we've got really good guys on the base path, especially with Arkansas Tech. They're aggressive. They play their style. Monticello is really just kind of a shut-you-down team and get to the plate and manufacture some hits, and they've done that to a pretty good extent this week. It's going to be a great game, or a great series of games, and I'm really looking forward to today.
All right, Blake Smith, my broadcast partner here in North Little Rock. Very much for taking some time with us here on Midwest Sports Saturday, and Blake has become a good friend too, so I appreciate him as well. I have one more guest on the way, and she's been my floor director for the purpose of Midwest Sports Saturday today, and that is Samantha Roop. Come on over here just a little bit so I make sure I get the signal right. You've been standing in this very spot this week at GAC Baseball. Talk about what you've been doing up here.
I have been roaming around the stands, talking with fans, talking with parents, and talking with the winning team, so it's been great.
Sam has been our field reporter for GAC Sports pretty much over the course of the season now. Did some color with me in soccer way back in November in Shawnee. And the first time I'd had a chance to meet you, it seems like, wow, that's been so long ago, and we've done so many more broadcasts since then. What you've been able to do out here, you've talked with some parents, you've had some good conversations. You even got to meet Dizzy.
Dizzy, yes. He is the Arkansas Travelers team dog, and he is truly a celebrity around here. I mean, he's very branded, and he's great. I mean, he was honestly the star of the show and my favorite part, I'm sure, of a lot of people's weekend. So,
okay, I have to tell you, I think he was my favorite guest that I saw you get to interview. So that's all right. Really quickly then, talk a little bit about being a part of the GAC Sports Network as you've become that. We were teasing about it last night, one of us, and just being in the broadcast, being a part of the group and the crew. It's a lot of fun to get to travel around in Oklahoma and Arkansas and just get to see the GAC as a whole. You played and were an athlete in the Great American Conference with Harding Soccer, but just being here and being part of crew, the GAC Sports Network crew, which, by the way, I have one of them in my ear right now. They are fantastic folks, and it's a great group of people to get to work with.
Yeah, definitely second that. I mean, from the production crew to the talent to the higher-ups, I mean, everyone's just super kind, super nice, super uplifting, and you don't always get a place to work where people are uplifting and, want the best for you, and it's just like a team effort, and they really show they really bring out the team in everyone, and especially the production crew. I mean, I have never felt more comfortable, more confident in myself, and so it's just really been great to work with all of you guys.
Well, it's fantastic, and we're glad that you are a part of it as well. Sam Roop are on the field today. Thank you for coming over and be a part of Midwest Sports Saturday again. I'm glad to have you on the broadcast.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to wrap things up from North Little Rock here. Shout out to Nathan and to everyone back in the GAC Sports Network crew for being a part of my broadcast here. And if you can still hear me, a big shout out to Elite Medical Billing Specialists for sponsoring this broadcast today. Chris and Edie do a great job, their entire staff, and I'm thankful that they get to be a part of Midwest Sports Net and our Midwest Sports Saturday broadcast. So shout out to Sophie Ozier, the GM for the Arkansas Travelers, to Coach John Harvey, the head baseball coach at the University of Arkansas in Monticello, to Blake Smith, to Samantha Roop, and just the entire crew. It's fantastic to get to work with you all. And also, Mrs. McWilliams. Jody's up in the stands right now, but she's not going to take a mic. It's just not going to happen. Anyway, shout out to Jody, too, as well, for being here and being a part of the broadcast. Thanks for watching today. God bless you all. Noon for first pitch of our GAC Baseball Championship from North Little Rock and Dickey-Stevens Park. Thanks again for watching. God bless you. Have a great day.